So I think the ending in Isabel, frankly, everyone tells me they cry. And I think they cry because it's quite real. And also because love is very complicated. I think first and foremost, we read to travel in our minds. And we also read to disappear from the world. But we also read to have a mirror held up to us. That the dilemmas we ourselves face are ones that are shared by everybody. Hello from Paris to all my readers in Korea. This is Douglas Kennedy. We're talking today about Isabel in the Afternoon, my new novel. This is the French cover, which I like very much. The book has done very well here. I gather it's doing very well in Korea. And I was very, very delighted to get several questions from you. And I'm going to answer 3 of them right now. I never want to say anything in a novel. I never think I want to teach you something. What I want to do in a novel is pose questions and let you consider them. I think that's the novelist's job. There are a lot of politicians who will give you answers, most of which are bad. A novelist should actually make you think about your own situation. So in Isabel, I was looking at love. But love in a very different way. It's a story of an afternoon affair between a young American and a slightly older French woman, which lasts for 30 years. And in the novel, I was posing questions. What does it mean to be a couple? What is fidelity? And is it important? I'm not going to answer that. And also, frankly, is it true that passion is something that diminishes when 2 people live together day after day after day? Is passion more profound when it is not à côté de toi, as one would say here, next to you all the time? I have no answers for these questions whatsoever, but I hope it'll make you look at your own life and your own choices and maybe future choices and get you thinking. That's all I want, besides the fact that I hope you turn the page. I'm not going to tell you the ending because I want you to read the book. I think, frankly, happy endings are something I'm not very good at because I think happy endings in life are pretty rare. I think the ending of this novel is a very realistic one. And I think also it's one which shows the immense attachment that 2 people have to each other after a 30-year occasional affair, which is possibly the most passionate thing that has ever been in each other's lives. And I think that is also quite interesting in the fact that, we're always looking for the person who will complete us, the love of your life. Does that exist? Or is it true that maybe that love lasts a certain amount of time and then actually begins to diminish or change, or you yourself change, or your partner changes as well? So I think the ending in Isabel, frankly, everyone tells me they cry. And I think they cry because it's quite real. And also because love is very complicated. I speak as someone who's been divorced twice. Love is complicated. And we never really get it right. You are constantly writing good novels. What is your secret? What is your driving force? Well, whomever answered me that has very good taste in literature. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've just finished my next adult novel, since I also write for children now. And I just finished the 5th draft of that. So that's one of the secrets. When I write a first draft of a novel, it's almost like I vomit. Blech. Everything comes out. And then with my editors, I begin to work and refashion and sharpen and change. I think what's most important to me, a novel, and I've written now 16 adult novels and 3 children's novels and another 6 books. A novel is like a love affair, which lasts anywhere from a year to 2 years with the entire process. And so you actually have to be very passionate about what you're doing. More than anything as well, I'm always interested in telling a good story, and one that can be read by people who love literary fiction, but also who like popular fiction. I mean, it's interesting here in France, where I've sold over 8 million books. Professors of the big universities here, the Sorbonne, Sciences Po, L'École Normale Supérieure, they read my novels, but also my concierge. And I like the fact that I have those kind of two different worlds who respond to my fiction. More than anything, I want to tell a good story that actually, as I said earlier, gets you thinking about yourself and your own condition. I think first and foremost, we read to travel in our minds, and we also read to disappear from the world, but we also read to have a mirror held up to us about our world, and most of all, we read to understand we're not alone, that the dilemmas we ourselves face are ones that are shared by everybody. It's one of the interesting things about my career. I've been doing this now for over 3 decades, and I never started off with the idea that I was going to be a successful writer. I never thought about writing a bestseller. That happened. And I've never tried to write the same book. Every novel of mine is very different. What I realized early on was I started writing my own contradictions, my own problems, in the guise of fiction, never writing what the French call roman à clé, or autofiction, never writing directly about myself, but in the lives of others. And then I realized that half the world shares my contradictions and my doubts. I think that's the other reason why we read. We're all neurotic, and literature reminds us it's okay to be neurotic.